tiki builder and water features designer. With free estimates, P&P Tiki's is licensed and insured. Call 352-877-3307 for your very own tiki hut and more. That's 352-877-3307. P&P Tiki's.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Black Cow composted cow manure is a terrific organic soil amendment. We start with cow manure from dairy farms and then compost it a full 90 days. The result is an all-natural, dark, rich soil amendment that's great for everything you grow. Flowers, vegetables, shrubs, trees, and lawns too. Look for Black Cow in the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center.
Black Cow, the mature manure, Black Cow.
All right, 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. You know, one thing that computers have done for me is they've made me, like, really, really on top of my finances. Mm-hmm. I'm checking my bank, like, 3 or 4 times a day. I don't know if it's obsessive compulsive behavior or not, but I do. I check it all the time. Now, in the old days, you just had a checkbook and you wrote what you wrote in there, and you kind of, okay, that's my number, and right. I'm living with it. You didn't keep looking at it. But for some reason, I always think there's going to be a charge, and sometimes this does happen. You know, so I don't know if everybody's as paranoid about their finances as I seem to have become.
Well, you had your account hacked that time, too.
And that might be what it was, too. I'm gun-shy a little bit. So there was a survey done about our finances, not necessarily about what I was specifically talking about, but like in general, your long-term, will you have enough money for the kids' school and your own health, etc. Dr. Robert Anfield is going to answer our questions about that survey. He's the Chief Medical Officer for Cigna, and the new Cigna Disability Insurance Financial Wellbeing Survey is what it's called. May, by the way, this month is National Disability Insurance Awareness Month. So let's find out what we need to know, because, gosh, just one more thing to worry about, right?
Yeah.
Good morning, Dr. Anfield. How are you?
Good morning, Larry and Robin. How are you?
Pretty good. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pittsburgh.
Ah, Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Oh, haven't heard from Pittsburgh in a while. Well, thank you for calling. So what does this look like, and does our behavior change because of the new laws regarding health care?
Well, the survey is about the link between health and financial security, and what consumers think about that link. And so, as you were indicating, 75% of folks fear that health costs are going to ruin their prospects for secure retirement, or going to affect their ability to pay for the children's college education and so forth. And the top 3 cost concerns for consumers relative to health care are hospitalization, spouse and partner health, and medications. And I think one of the other important findings is that almost half of the respondents to the survey view financial wellness as part of their overall health and wellness. And so what this all ties into, Larry, is this month of disability insurance awareness is about making the consumer aware of the availability and the importance of disability insurance. The Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates that only 1 out of 3 workers in the private sector has disability insurance to cover disabling illness or injury during their absence, and secure income during their absence. And so there's a lot of folks who are unprotected should they have a disabling event. And disability insurance can cover 50 to 60% of your income, usually, sometimes more, depending on an employer's benefit plan.
Wow.
And that that can be a very important mitigator to the loss of income. Now, there's also additional products that have come onto the market, such as accidental injury insurance or critical illness insurance, and those products are important in this day and age of high deductible health plans. because they pay a lump sum benefit to the individual if they have an accidental injury or if they have a critical illness that can be used for out-of-pocket expenses that are not otherwise covered by the health.
Okay, so it covers both accidents as well as just natural ailments that we all experience. Yes,
well, those are two separate products.
Okay.
One for each of those things, and typically they'll pay out $12,000, $25,000 per event, and that goes a long way to mitigating those additional expenses. So it's very important for the consumer to consider disability insurance, these other products, as they're thinking about their overall financial planning. We think about 401k.
Yeah, it makes sense. Now, does it vary depending on age as far as the amount that it would cost?
Typically, these benefit plans are underwritten. If it's through an employer, it's a group of products, so it's one fee is for all. Okay, they're not really underwritten. Individual disability policies will be underwritten, so there will be factors to be considered. But most of these plans are affordable. For example, for disability insurance, at the average American salary, which today is about $53,000, can be protected for about $300 a year.
$300 a year.
Wow. And that's
unbelievable.
And does this also include, can you put in that policy, like if you are disabled, that it will take care of your house payments, your loan payments, your auto insurance, anything that you owe anybody until you get healed?
I am not familiar with policies like that. The policies generally are directed at providing income replacement. So they're going to replace 50 to 60% of your income. Now, if you have an employer plan, sometimes they will cover a bit more, depending on what the plan design is. But they won't specifically indicate that we're going to pay off your mortgage and these other things. That will be your responsibility. And of course, if you have these other policies that I've mentioned, you can use that lump sum to and to pay off towards those expenses that you've mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Wow, the other. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just re-commenting on the $300 a year figure. That just seems so affordable. There should be no reason why anybody doesn't have this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, the other thing is that the research has shown that about a half of Americans don't really know anything about disability insurance, and or understand little about it.
I guess I'm one of them too.
So there's real opportunity, and of course, again, a third of working Americans in the private sector get their disability insurance through their employer, and in many instances, that's provided at no cost to them.
So if you're self-employed, does anything change about that? If you're self-employed, and especially if your income varies, like let's say you're a vendor of some sort, and it's your business, and some years you do way better than other years. Does that change anything?
Yes. So in that instance, you're going to have an individual disability policy. You're going to have a policy with an affinity group, and so your terms, as far in your contract as to how to define your income, will be different and be directed at what your experience is as far as taking in income. So yes, that will change it for some policies.
Okay.
Are there? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now, the other thing for consumers to be aware of is, especially if you have an employer plan, is that many disability policies have all sorts of additional advantageous features. For example, there might be an employee assistance program associated with the disability plan that would be at no additional cost to the individual. There may be a Healthy Rewards plan that provides discounts for health and wellness related services and products like gym memberships or nutraceuticals or what have you. There may be will preparation, online will preparation feature. There may be identity theft protection features, and more these days, disability plans are including both pre-disability and post-disability vocational rehabilitation professional services as well to help the individual either prevent a disability absence, or if they have a disability absence to identify the things that are going to allow that individual to return back to work.
Wow. And does it last? Is there an expiration time? Like, how long can you be disabled and still expect to get benefits?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that of course depends on the plan. Now, if you have a short-term disability plan, typically the benefits will run for anywhere from 3 to 6 months. Sometimes there are 12-month plans. And then if you have a long-term disability plan, that benefit will run either to your age of retirement, and there are some individual policies that will run through the end of your life. But it's more typical that you're going to see something that runs to your age of retirement, or if you're close to retirement age, for a set amount of years.
What if there is a two-person household? One person is working and the other person is taking care of the children. Can the person that's not working get a disability plan?
I am not aware of that being available to those individuals.
Oh, okay.
Well, good information, Doctor. I mean, I'm just so surprised at how affordable it is. Thank you for being on the air to share that with us. Before we say goodbye, can you give us a website we can go to learn more?
Yes. You can learn more at www.cigna.com/know-your-benefits.
Okay, Cigna.com/know your benefits. Dr. Anfield, thank you so much for being on the air with us today. And what's the weather like in Pittsburgh? You have good weather going on?
Actually, it's a little rainy today in Pittsburgh.
A little rainy. Well, it's Cinco de Mayo. You got to go get a taco sometime today.
Or a burrito.
Absolutely.
And a margarita.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you for the opportunity.
That was good stuff. All right, we'll take a little break and we'll be right back.